A man walks into a Western doctor's office and says, "Doctor, I have chest pain." The doctor nods, runs an EKG, scans his heart, checks his blood pressure, and after a mountain of tests, he says, "Looks like a heart issue. Let's treat the heart." He hands the man a long prescription, so long it looks like a shopping list, and when the man sees the bill, his heart hurts even more. On the way home, he notices a traditional Chinese medicine clinic, the one his friend kept recommending. There's no way it could be worse than today, he thinks, and he steps inside. Again, he says, "Doctor, I have chest pain." But this doctor doesn't hook him up to machines. Instead, he gently puts 3 fingers on the man's wrist and asks, "How's your sleep? Do you get angry often? What's your digestion like? And how's your relationship with your wife?" The man blinks. "Wait, I came in for my chest, not for marriage counseling." But he answers anyway. Finally, the TCM doctor writes a prescription, except it looks like a cooking recipe. Then he adds with a smile, "Oh, and don't argue with your wife." The man looks at the bill. This time, it's only a quarter of the price. And for the first time all day, his chest pain starts to feel lighter. The TCM doctor treatment may surprise you, but in traditional Chinese medicine, it makes perfect sense. Because your liver belongs to wood, your heart is fire, your kidneys are water, and all these elements connect in a web. For thousands of years, the Chinese believed your body is made of 5 elements. And this simple idea explains why stress can damage your liver, why anger or fear show up in your body, and why insomnia is more than just a sleep problem. In this video, we will discover how the 5 elements connect directly to your organs, your emotions, and your health, and how you can use this ancient wisdom to spot imbalances, early prevent illness, and bring more balance into your daily life. What are the 5 elements? You've probably heard the words yin and yang, but the Chinese didn't stop there. They also saw the world through 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Now, don't think of them as literal wood or metal sitting inside you. These are forces or energy of nature. You could understand them as qi. They are the patterns of growth, change, and transformation that also shape your body and your emotions. Wood is all about growth, flexibility, renewal, like a tree sprouting in spring. Fire is warmth, vitality, joy. Think of summer sunshine and celebration. Earth is stability and nourishment, the soil that grounds and feeds us. Metal is structure, clarity, letting go, like autumn air, crisp and clean. Water is flow, wisdom, adaptability, the deep reserves of winter. Here's the fascinating part. In Chinese medicine, each element connects to specific organs, emotions, even seasons of the year, and yes, even flavors of food. Wood element links to the liver and gallbladder, and the emotion of anger. It rules sour flavor. Fire connects to the heart and small intestine, and the emotion of joy. It rules bitter flavor. Earth governs the spleen and stomach, and the emotion of worriness. Sweet flavor is tied to earth element. Metal relates to the lungs and large intestine, with the emotion of grief. It rules spicy flavor. Water anchors the kidneys and bladder, tied to the emotion of fear and salty flavor. And here's a cool detail. Every organ isn't alone. It has a partner. For example, the heart works hand in hand with the small intestine, the liver with the gallbladder, the lungs with the large intestine. Think of them as buddy systems. If one falls out of balance, the other feels it too. This is just a very tiny part of the meridian system or channel network. The Chinese called this Jing Luo Jing Luo. Jing is meridian, and Luo are its collaterals. It explains how energy, qi, and blood flow through the body, plus how different organs are connected and affect each other. These meridians are like invisible highways that link all the organs together, keeping the body working as one whole system. It's a map of balance, a way to understand why your emotions show up in your body, and why your body shapes your emotions. The 5 elements aren't just poetic ideas. They map directly to your organs and emotions. So let's break it down, 1 element at a time. Wood, liver and gallbladder. Picture wood as a young tree, stretching upward, flexible, full of life. In your body, that tree energy shows up in your liver and gallbladder. Your liver? It's the ultimate multitasker, filtering blood, storing energy, keeping everything moving. Your gallbladder is its sidekick, squirting out bile to break down fats. When wood's healthy, you feel unstoppable, motivated, clear, moving forward with purpose. But when wood gets stuck, trust me, you'll know. Emotionally, it's frustration, irritability, that short fuse. Physically, it's gallstones, stabbing pain on the right side, nausea after greasy food, maybe yellow skin and eyes, chills, or pale stools. So how do you calm cranky wood? Simple. Step outside, walk among the trees, breathe, pile on leafy greens, the color of wood, and give yourself space to plan and dream. Your liver thrives on vision. Fire. Heart and small intestine. Fire is summer energy. Warm, passionate, lighting you up. Inside, fire runs your heart and small intestine. The heart pumps blood and drives connection. The small intestine is the sorter, keeping the good stuff, tossing the junk. When fire burns steady, you feel alive, joyful, unstoppable. But when fire overheats, hello anxiety, racing thoughts, palpitations, insomnia. Sometimes it even spills into digestion. Painful urination, cramping, diarrhea, nausea, dehydration. Basically, burnout in body form. To cool down, laugh, meditate, hang with people who genuinely warm your heart. And maybe ease up on the caffeine. It's like tossing gasoline on the fire. Earth, spleen, and stomach. Earth is your foundation, the soil that feeds everything. In your body, it's your spleen and stomach tag team. The stomach breaks down food, the spleen transforms it into usable energy and spreads it across your body. When Earth is solid, you feel grounded, nourished, centered. When Earth weakens, worry sets in. Overthinking. Feeling heavy or sluggish. Physically, it's bloating, reflux, stomach pain, no appetite, fatigue, or unexplained weight loss. Want to support Earth? Slow down. Eat mindfully, chew, don't rush. Choose grounding foods like grains, roots, pumpkins, and eat on time. Earth loves routine. Metal. Lungs and large intestine. Metal is crisp like autumn air, sharp, clean, refined. In your body, that's the lungs and large intestine. Lungs breathe life in and guard your immunity. The large intestine helps you release what no longer serves you. When metal's strong, you're clear, resilient, able to let go. When it's weak, grief sticks, sadness lingers. Physically, think allergies, asthma, skin breakouts, constipation, chronic cough, severe cases, bloody stools, painful bowel movements, or sudden weight loss. To restore metal, breathe deep, try yoga, meditation, or simply declutter your space. Metal loves purity and open space. Honestly, even cleaning your closet can help your lungs feel lighter. Water, kidneys, and bladder. Deep, flowing, mysterious. In your body, water runs the kidneys and bladder. Kidneys are your battery pack, storing vital energy, supporting bones, ears, fertility. The bladder regulates fluids and clears waste. When water flows strong, you feel calm, wise, steady. But when it runs low, fear creeps in, along with insecurity, lack of confidence. Physically, that's lower back pain, constant fatigue, kidney stones, bladder infections, swelling in hands or feet, even itchy skin. Some notice foamy or bloody urine or need to pee all the time. To refill water, rest, sleep deeply, stay hydrated, skip the caffeine overload. It drains your reserves. Gentle movement like Tai Chi, yoga, or swimming works wonders. And in the kitchen, black beans, walnuts, and seaweed are classic water tonics. Let's move to the next part. We will find out how the 5 elements works together in your body. Let's start with the generating cycle, the cycle of nourishment. When the liver, wood, is strong, it nourishes the heart, fire, bringing vitality, kindness, and emotional flow. A healthy heart, fire, supports the spleen, earth, strengthening digestion and stability. A balanced spleen, earth, feeds the lungs, metal, boosting immunity and energy. Strong lungs, metal, protect the kidneys, water, conserving your core vitality. And strong kidneys, water, in turn, recharge the liver, wood, keeping the cycle alive. But nature is never just growth. It also has checks and balances. That's where the controlling cycle comes in. The liver, wood, controls the spleen, earth. If the liver is weak, bile doesn't flow well, leading to poor appetite, bloating, and sluggish digestion. The spleen, earth, influences the kidneys, water. When digestion and blood production falter, the kidneys lose support and energy. The kidneys, water, cool and restrain the heart, fire, Many chronic heart conditions persist because the kidneys are too weak. Treating the heart alone won't solve it. A heart fire keeps the lungs, metal, in check. But when heart fire flares, it can cause chest tightness, palpitations, or difficulty breathing. The lungs, metal, restrain the liver, wood. Overheated or inflamed lungs can suppress liver energy, setting the stage for further disorders. This web of support and control explains why no illness exists in isolation. A problem in one organ ripples outward, first creating surface issues, then, if ignored, spreading into more serious systemic disease. It is also the biggest difference in Western medical approach and the Eastern about the story at the beginning. When the 5 elements and the 5 organs stay in harmony, yin and yang cooperate. Outwardly, this shows up as strength, upright posture, clear energy, and resilience. But when even one organ grows too strong or too weak, the balance breaks, and illness appears. This is why the ancients said, excess becomes illness, deficiency becomes illness. Harmony between the 5 elements is not philosophy alone, it's the foundation of lasting health. Let us learn how you can actually use this wisdom in your everyday life with these 5 practical tips. First, check in with yourself daily. Every morning, take just a moment to ask, which part of me feels off today? If you're tense and frustrated, maybe your liver, the wood element, needs some care. If you're restless and tossing at night, that might be heart fire burning too high. And if you feel heavy, sluggish, or craving sugar, that's a sign your earth element, the spleen, needs support. This quick self-scan is one of the easiest ways to stay in tune with your body. Second, food is medicine. Each food is linked to an element, and by eating it, you nourish the organ that belongs to that element. For example, sweet foods like sweet potatoes, carrots, or pumpkin all strengthen your spleen and stomach, which are part of the earth element. But here's the catch. Too much of one flavor can backfire. For instance, too much sugar, even from natural foods, can actually weaken the spleen instead of helping it. Third, live with the seasons. Nature already tells us what our body needs. In spring, eat greens and sprouts for the liver. In summer, cool the heart with watermelon and herbal teas. In autumn, support your lungs with pears and mushrooms. And in winter, protect your kidneys with warming soups, black beans, and seaweed. Fourth, follow the cycles. The body works just like the 5 element cycles. If one element feels too strong, you can calm it with the controlling element. For example, when your liver, which belongs to wood, feels overactive, you're stressed, angry, or dealing with headaches, you can turn to metal foods like onions or white mushrooms to bring it back down. On the other hand, if an element feels weak, strengthen its parent. If your heart, which belongs to fire, feels weak, you're tired, restless, not sleeping well, then support its parent, the liver, with fresh greens and herbs. And finally, lifestyle balance. It's not just food. Small daily habits make a big difference. Take a walk in nature when you're stressed, that soothes the liver. Practice slow breathing to strengthen the lungs. Go to bed before midnight to restore the kidneys. And keep a steady routine, because your spleen and stomach love resting rhythm. If the imbalance is mild, these steps usually help. But if symptoms are chronic or serious, it's time to see a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner. Acupuncture, herbs, and personalized care can treat the root of the problem. So now you've seen how the 5 elements now aren't just old Chinese philosophy. They're a living map of your body, your emotions, and your health. When your elements are in balance, you feel clear, energized, and at peace. When they're out of balance, your body sends signals through stress, poor sleep, digestion issues, or fatigue. The beauty is, you can use this wisdom every day to guide your choices, how you eat, how you breathe, how you rest. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which article about 5 elements you want to know more about? Drop your answer in the comments. I read everyone. And if this video opened your eyes, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who cares about health and wisdom. Because next time we'll go even deeper, and you won't want to miss it.